Welcome everybody back to a podcast, to another random podcast. And it's the third episode. It's the third episode. Guys, can you believe it's the third episode? Guys, I never thought this would happen. I mean, third episode, we're doing a progress. We're doing the best I can and the best Sam can. Sam, you're back. You're back
for
another episode.
For a third time, in a way.
For a third time. Yes, in a way. You did mention that you wanted to do this third episode and kind of chill for a bit, you said.
Heck yeah, just see where it goes. Keep flowing.
Yeah, man, and I understand. So, guys, we do not have as much as we planned, or as much as I planned, but Sam gave me that big idea that just talk about life. And I mean, that's the whole meaning about the podcast, man.
You know, it's random. It's
random.
Whatever the heck comes.
It's
whatever life throws at us. Right.
Exactly. So whatever life throws at us. And what have you been up to, man?
Well, I think I told you I deleted Snapchat.
You deleted Snapchat. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You did. And why was that? You never mentioned why was that.
No. Well, I feel like I've just been overthinking a lot. Life has been tough trying to figure out what I want to do. And, I think just cutting myself off from that area is going to help me a lot. My girlfriend, she did not like it because we ended a 120 streak, which isn't bad. Yeah.
I do not.
It was a bold move. It was bold.
I've never had a streak with anybody, but I did get up to I'm not saying that I haven't, but I am saying that I've had about the highest it has been 50. And when I cut it off, it was kind of sad, but I understand where you're coming from. You do want to kind of step away from social media, kind of disappear in the dark, and see what goes. And it's sometimes it is good. Sometimes it is good because I felt like I had to put something out there, entertain people, show people what's going on, and I wasn't living life in the present as much. I understand. I totally understand. You're pressured to put something out there, and I understand.
If something interesting interesting's going on, I gotta whip out the phone and show it to everybody. And I'm not enjoying the moment, right?
I understand. No, I understand what you're coming from. So when you're deleting that Snapchat, it's basically like you put that block there, and it's like, it's like. For an example, it's like me when I have my phone, which we're going to talk about later. My phone, when you don't have a phone and you want to take a picture or you want to, I don't know, post a feeling or something, or you just don't have a phone in general, and you reach for your pocket and it's like, oh, I can't take that picture. So you take in that image in your mind. You kind of breathe it in. Kind of breathe that moment in.
Make a memory.
It's basically what you're trying to say is, or what I'm trying to say is, I understand where you're coming from, and it's that, you don't have to, pull out your phone anymore, or if you do pull it out, you're like, oh, I don't have Snapchat anymore, so I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
And I understand, man. And I think
when I did delete it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I did delete it, it was so relieving. It was just weird because it was something I didn't have to worry about anymore. Something that I didn't have to keep feeding.
I
It
understand.
it reminded me of when I quit baseball before the whole
Okay.
coronavirus thing happened, and
Okay.
I decided that because I had done swimming and I had done wrestling, so it was hard to do, but I really felt like it needed to be done because I just felt like sports were having a grip on my life, and I couldn't live in the present. I had to focus on getting better. I'm not good enough. I have to always continuously keep putting in hard work and bettering myself, and that's a lot of pressure. Like
It is, man.
after a whole year of that stuff, it's tough.
I totally understand where you're coming from, and I mean, you want to kind of, experience life a little bit better and live, and I understand that it's like living in a little capsule, and you can't,
Hmm.
you can't get that fresh air. I understand where
Right.
you're coming from, and most people won't understand until they actually do it themselves, and it's very frustrating, and I totally understand where you're coming from, and I
And
think it was a
it's
good
really
idea.
hard. It's hard to make that leap to finally get the courage to do it
Yeah, because
because
I mean, you have everybody on there, and you that's the way you communicate,
it's almost like
and
expectations. Yeah.
exactly, man, and that shit is crazy. It's like it's like living in a celebrity way. I mean, you have to put out a song or put out a Snapchat or a model, or it's very
Because everyone
frustrating.
else is
And
doing it.
now, yeah, everybody else is doing it, and it's crazy. Um, but I totally understand, like I said, and I think it was a smart and bold move. And maybe I'll do that. I'll probably delete Snapchat. And but that's the thing, like Snapchat, like let me tell you something. That was bold. That what you did, bro. Like that is crazy. Like I think Snapchat hasn't
Like
become
the
a part of me,
hmm
but I think like I don't want to get everybody's phone number. You understand? It's like
yeah,
having to deal with that. I mean, it's
right. I mean,
whatever.
if you can control it and it's not bothering you that much, then there's no. It's not. I'd say why not keep it?
I mean, I don't use it. I mean, honestly, I'm very busy anyways with work, so I mean, I don't post much, and I'm always there just to like watch other people fail in life.
Oh,
That's my entertainment right there. So I mean, like I said, that's very bold, man. I think that's crazy, but
I
I think
think
it's very smart.
one of the things that helped me do it was quitting baseball. Like, I don't want it to be like a habit of always quitting things, but when I had to talk to the coaches, because I had already been there a year. Last year I did it too, and
Okay,
I'd had to talk to them after practice, and I was shaking the whole time.
you were
It was
nervous.
oh yeah, oh yeah, but I knew I had to
Wow.
do it, and it was best for me.
And what did your coach say? What did was he mad or was he like
He
disappointed?
wanted he wanted me to talk to my parents first before I did it, and even my parents were like, "You're making a big mistake. You're never gonna be able to play sports again." And
Ooh,
at the
that's good.
time, I understood. I see where they're coming with it. I'll probably never be able to be on. I mean, there's always my senior year, but after that, I won't be able to do anything like that again.
Yeah, it's a it's a an opportunity, and but at the same time, I mean, we're also living in a place and a time where I mean, if you don't feel like you, man, uh, don't do it. I mean,
Hmm.
and that's the struggle for many people. They have these scholarships, they have all these colleges and stuff like that, and then at the end of the day, they it's not for them. and many. I mean, I honestly, I like me. I wanted to go to the Marines, and I was all down for it. And somebody opened. It's not that I'm afraid or but I think they opened my eyes. That one person opened my eyes and told me to look at it this way. And she was right. And back to that bubble, to that pod kind of thing. It's you're in that. You're very focused in that, and so your life. Yes, they say you could join the Marines and travel the whole world, but at the same time, it's like okay, but I'm living in this bubble where I can't really
Do
focus on
anything
other
else.
things. Yeah, focus on anything else. So I understand where you're coming from, and I understand that it's it's a one-time opportunity, and that was a one-time opportunity for me as well. And I mean, I think I'm happy for what I did. My parents were very disappointed as well. My father was. He was more like he wanted me to show the whole family that there was a Marine in the family, and but I'm glad for what I did, and I understand he's disappointed. Mother on the other side, she didn't want me to do it because she was afraid, and I think I'm happy for what I did and my choice, and nobody's gonna take that away from me. I mean, what you did, I think, was, of course, like I said, one time opportunity. But
Hmm.
if it's not you, then why do it? You understand? Like
Yeah.
it's just not. It's a thing where you should
Because,
feel good. You
yeah,
should feel
because
good.
in the end, you're not going to, if you want to take it to the next level, like, if you were to do it, there's only, you're only going to get so far off of the pressure of, I guess, other people and their expectations. If you don't actually want it, you're not going to get very far.
Yeah, man. It's if it's not a passion, then uh, yeah, you won't get that far. But I understand, and I understand your whole deal with Snapchat, and I got a better understanding of why you know you had to close that chapter and close that that whole account down. So
Right.
I understand you, man. I understand you. It was a big, bold move, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that you know, I didn't see it, as a disturb. That I didn't. In my eyes, I really don't care. But in your eyes, like you know, so at least I have a bigger and better understanding of why you left. So I mean, that's good, man. And I'm glad that you feel so much better. That you feel much more relieved, and that maybe in the future you'll come back to Snapchat. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a
I
hope.
mean, you can always re-download it, right?
Yeah, you could always, you could re-download it. You deleted it from the. Did you delete it from your home screen?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So you don't. It's not like you have it there. I mean,
No.
but
I
I
didn't
like
I
you.
didn't delete the account. I didn't delete the account,
You
but
deleted the app.
just the app, yeah.
Okay, so that's a. I think that's. It's not bad.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a better understanding. But I mean, now that you pull out your phone, it's like, oh, it's gone.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's. I might do that. I might
One
just
one
go a
of
whole week.
like so another thing that happened is I have my room and then my three siblings share a room.
Okay.
Um I wanted to switch out with the next oldest sibling and go into the room with the other two siblings. He
Okay.
I think he's looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, why would you want to be in here? That doesn't make any sense. But I are but kind of the reason was I wanted energy. I wanted to be around just other people.
Okay.
Cuz recent our neighbor's 9-month-old corgi had gotten out of the house, and after a couple days of looking for it, the dog was found in a gator's mouth, floating. The gator was floating around with the dog in its mouth in the pond.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Another day later, we found the dog on the side of a lake, like all mangled and junk. So
Oof.
basically, I had to carry the dog in a plastic bag to the crematory.
Oof.
And after that experience, it just really helped open my eyes to you. Life's just short. It doesn't matter who you are or what your situation is. It could flip around just like that.
Man, I actually was thinking about this as well, and about life short and everything, and I decided I wanted to make a podcast about it, and we'll go through this briefly, um, but going back to that loneliness type of thing, I think you know you do get um, you do get kind of lonely, even though like I've never experienced what you experience, but sometimes you do get a little bit loneliness to the point where you have to go out of your room and kind of you know get
Just be around
to
others.
be around others. And I mean, I do it all the time. There's times where I'm at my I'm probably eating in my room, or you know watching a movie, playing something, or doing whatever, and then I want to be around people because it's crazy. Like you could go insane. Like it's crazy what your mind could go to, and like I think being around people could be. I mean, it's helpful because um, one time, coming back to life is short, and death and stuff like that. When I'm not going to mention this person's name, but she was like a mother to me. And when I lost her, a bunch of guidance counselors or something like that came into the restaurant Five Guys. And this was Five Guys era where
Mm-hmm.
the time where I used to work um, at Five Guys, and they they one thing that they told me is try to be around people, because most of the time people do try to hurt themselves, or you know go crazy because of this stuff, and being around people makes it you know
It
joyful,
helps
much
helps
better.
get your
It
mind
helps.
off of it.
Yes, it does. And so when this person, it wasn't like I was going to commit suicide, but it was sad. And talking to people made it feel uh, much better. I mean, it's it's something that does help. And when I talked to those people, we remembered of the memories that we had with that person, and uh, the things we shared, and it made it better. It did make it a little bit better, knowing that we can still talk about her and still mention her, and have good times even though she's gone. And it's crazy. And I mean, I understand that even though it wasn't a person, but it was an animal. Sometimes you get attached, and I mean, it's not even that you get attached, it's the way that you're thinking, oh god, this was a dog next time it could be a human, or it's like, God, I'm this living creature I'm taking in my hands. Like, it's crazy that it's gone now, and it kind of, you get traumatized. You could really, experience,
Yeah, it'll
bad
make you go
thoughts and stuff like
crazy.
that. Yeah, it'll make you go crazy. And I mean, what you're doing is smart. I think it's a good way, to be around. It's a good thing to be around people and or talk to people about it. And I mean, that's a very smart move that you're doing. And most people will agree, and maybe the podcast listener can also agree with you or agree with me as well. And it's kind of crazy. And you
It
know
doesn't even have to happen to you. You can just
e-
put
exactly.
your put your shoes in theirs, and you feel for them.
And I'm not sure if you heard about that kid. I don't want to mention their name. I don't want to mention. Please don't mention the name, because I don't want to get in any trouble. But I'm not sure if you heard about the kid, African American, light skinned kid, that he was. I don't know if you heard about it. He got ran over. I'm not sure if you heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about it.
So yeah, I wasn't big friends with him. I did know him. I did share one birthday with him. We weren't like very very together. I don't even remember if he or if he remembered me. But I do have a picture with him where we're sharing. Um, we're sharing. I think. Well, it was a picture, but it was my birthday, and we were having a good time. We were all having a good time, and just to know that he was gone. I didn't tear up like other people, and
It kind of stuns you.
yeah, I mean, at this point, I've, I guess I was never really attached to that person, but it was more of yeah, like you said, a shock, because you're like, I knew this person, and
You heard them talk. You saw them
yeah, I shared a
moving.
moment with him. I shared a moment with him, and it's crazy that he's not here anymore. Like, it's crazy. And I just, I don't know what to say or what to, you know, um, further, further say or anything else, but just, it's crazy that he's gone. And that, like you said, life is very short, and, you only have a certain, life expand, and you really don't know when it can be gone, when it can all be gone. And it sucks, because you start, thinking about it, and then that's when you really start thinking, oh God. And you start like crying, or kind of, your voice cracks and stuff like that. And it totally sucks. It sucks. And
It's
like,
just part of it.
yeah, I mean, just like when you remember that shooting that happened a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
where the kid, saved the other kid or something like that. I don't remember. Uh, I'm not sure if you were there, but in our school, we gave them a memorial where we all had to leave the classroom, be in the hallways, and they mentioned their names. I think you were there that year. Not sure. I think it was like my sophomore year. I don't remember. What grade are you in?
Oh yeah, I wasn't there. I'm junior.
Yeah, I don't think. Yes, so you're a junior. So I think like it was sophomore or junior. I don't remember, but it's it was something sad. And just to think about, I mean, getting a phone call, like your mother or something like that, getting a phone call, your father, and telling, look, your son has passed away, blah 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 blah. my thoughts were what would my mom do? What would my dad do? And just thinking, and like I said, that kid that got ran over. I I can just imagine the way father slash mother felt when they got the news, and I mean that's what impacts. It hurts. I mean, it
Yeah,
hurts
you're
that he's
just
gone.
crushed. Yeah,
You're crushed, yeah, because I mean, you start thinking about your mother, your own mother, and it's something that I mean, it's upsetting.
yeah.
And
Someone that cares
with
for you
your
so much.
yeah, man, and in your experience, I understand. I mean, the best thing you could do is, be around people, and even though it wasn't a human, it was still a living thing. It was an animal, and I mean, I think I would be devastated if I had to pick up just a dog that I knew or a dog that off the street, that made me. I think I would think, God, like this is crazy. Like I don't know. I would go home and just start thinking these random thoughts. But
Yeah.
I mean,
The
it's crazy. It's super crazy.
yeah. The other thing that kind of made me do it, I watched a movie called Requiem for a Dream. Have you ever heard
Okay.
of it or seen it?
Nope.
Well, that movie, Requiem for a Dream, that movie, I haven't seen a lot of movies that messed me up, but after watching that one, it absolutely messed me up. Like the next day, it after watching it, I just put my hands in my head in my hands, and I was like, "What in the world?" I was tearing up. I couldn't believe what had happened. Um, it's. I guess should I go into it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's. There's two different sides to it. There's
Okay.
two kids. There's four different. Oh man. there's there's a love story,
Okay.
and there's the girlfriend, the boyfriend's friend, and the boyfriend's grandmother. The boyfriend and his friend are basically like drug dealers. They're in a I think they're in New York, but it's really rough the situation they're in. And it goes into how they're doping or they're doing the cocaine and stuff. And the girlfriend does all these crazy things to help the boyfriend get the drugs, and it also
God.
talks about the the mother going crazy.
God.
It's just the wildest thing because she wants to get on this TV show, so she starts taking pills to lose weight, but eventually, like, she starts taking more and she starts overdosing to get the effect, and she eventually just becomes crazy, and the girlfriend becomes crazy because she's doing things to get the boyfriend the drugs. The two kids, the boyfriend and the friend, go crazy because they're slowly doing cocaine and they're in this crazy, stressful business. And it's not a happy ending. At the end of it, everyone's life is completely messed up in the craziest way. You wouldn't expect it. But
I'm gonna
yeah, if you
I'm gonna
haven't
have
seen it,
I'm
I
gonna
would
have
say
to
do it.
get yeah, I'm gonna have to buy or rent that movie. What's it called again?
Requiem, Requiem for a Dream.
Send me that in the message later on. I'll have to
And
I like I'll have to check it out. I like movies that are sad ending or have any real life impact. Like
watch it at night because you want to make sure you sleep on that. You don't want
God,
the rest of your day is done. It's bad.
Damn. Well,
Like, even the next day,
shit,
it
that's
goes into
crazy.
the next day.
God, I can already imagine like me traumatized
Like, I'm
watching.
I'm a romantic person. I like
Okay.
to keep it, kind of fancy, and like I'm serious about loyalty and all that. So
Yeah.
to see these two people who are obviously in love and obviously meant for each other, life just absolutely tears them apart. And it was so difficult for me to watch that happen.
Holy crap.
Because in the beginning, going into a movie, all the comments on YouTube are saying, "Oh my gosh, this is life changing. This is crazy." And I'm going into the movie like, how is this going to do anything? How is it going to test me, right? But at the end of it, it messes you up.
Dude, one of those, I mean, have you ever seen, I'm pretty sure it doesn't, the movie you're talking about doesn't mess you up, or the movie that I'm going to say doesn't mess you up as much as the movie you're talking about. But I think one movie that really got me in a sad way, I think I probably have a couple, but I haven't, or I don't remember. But one movie that actually got me tearing up, or I'm not sure if you watched Her, by Joaquin Phoenix.
Her?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, Her by Joaquin Phoenix. It's about like he like buys this like very smart Siri type of like phone or whatever, and she's like she like learns by the day or by the hour, and she gives herself like a name, and like she's very smart, and it's a very romantic movie, and it's crazy, man. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, you should really watch it, man. We'll do movie swaps. We'll
Right.
do movie swaps, man.
Yeah, we'll start a
It,
trend.
we'll
Or
start a trend.
is it a trend? Is that a thing?
Movie swaps.
Yeah.
We can make it a trend.
Heck
We'll
yeah.
swap movies.
Heck yeah.
But Her, man, it's not as their life. Well, his life does kind of get ruined once he finds out the truth. Um, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I mean, dude, if I watch this movie and I start like having upset, I'm blaming you, man.
Dude,
I'm blaming you.
if I watch Her and it screws me up, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, it's very romantic, but it's very upsetting. Shout out to my friend Joaquin. And no, I'm not talking about Joaquin Phoenix, but Joaquin again. He's the one that showed me the movie or told me about the movie, and he's the one that actually mentioned Star Wars for me as well. And I mean, man, I can't wait to watch it. So, what is it again? Spell that name. Spell the
REQ
REQ.
U
What? Hold up. REQ.
UIEM.
Requiem.
I don't know.
Requiem.
I don't even know if I spelled it right. Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, for a Dream. I
Yeah.
got it.
I rented it on
Okay,
YouTube.
it's 2002. It's on Vudu, so I could get it on Vudu or Vada. I don't know how you pronounce that. So I could run it. I'll probably watch it tonight.
We've been out of school for too long.
Bro, they closed school for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, and I don't think there's finals either.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a first time in the making.
Dude, everyone's grades are going up.
Damn. That's So what about graduation? What's going on with graduation?
I don't know. That's crazy. That's a good question.
Well, hold up. Let me. So it's 1 hour for you guys that are, or probably already looked it up. So it's 1 hour and 50 minutes. It's a very short movie, and it was released on October 27th, 2000 actually, in the USA. And then there's really it's a very good cast, as I see. There's Marlon Wayans, I don't know, and then there's Jared Leto, Jennifer Connelly. Wow, this is a very good cast so far. I'll have to. Well, I mean, there's only 3 recognizable people that I know, or actors, but I'll definitely check this out, man. It seems, just by looking at this looks very crazy. I feel like I'm gonna like this movie and
hate it. It's gonna be a love-hate
bro.
relationship.
Dude, I'm very mixed up when it comes to movies like that. I like it when I'm a very love-hate type of person sometimes, and I like it when movies make me feel like mad and then like happy at the same time. Like, I can't wait. I'll have to watch it, man. Just like her makes you fucking feel a type of way.
You can't really explain it,
man. So school. What's going on with school, man? So do you know anything else about school?
Well, everyone's lockers are kind of. You can't. I hope you didn't leave anything in there.
Well, buddy, I'm out.
Right,
I'm out of school. Remember? You do remember, right?
Yeah.
You do.
I meant like overall, you know.
Oh no, yeah, no.
If you left anything in there,
guys, if you left anything in there, just know your shit is getting stolen. Like, your shit is just
the janitor's
done.
having a play date. He's like in Goodwill.
Bro, they're like, oh, this dude has a bag of weed. Oh my god. This dude, what? They never found this. Somebody got smoke in the janitor's closet.
He doesn't even have to go in the janitor's closet.
Fuck, man. He's just out of nowhere, man.
He's balling in the gym. Like,
he's just smoking, and like you walk into the gym and it's like
a cloud
full of freaking clouds, man. It's like, oh shit. It's who's that lady? I wanna say her name. The janitor lady. She was the old janitor. Janitor. Dolores. Oh my god, Miss Dolores. God, shout out to her, man. Like, she was funny, and she was crazy.
She was so
kill you type
aggressive. She would kill you.
Man. You walk in there and she's like super high, like off of like everything she finds, and it's like a bunch of clouds. You walk in and it smells like hella weed.
All
like,
the lunch ladies.
Miss Dolores, what? Why?
Dude,
why? We never knew.
We
never knew.
You can get lunches in the morning. You
didn't know that?
You get a lunch. No, I mean, like, we've been. No. Like, over quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point where they gave them out and then they stopped, and now it's back.
Oh yeah, we've been doing it every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good help.
It saves
How's
money.
Lunch? What? How much? I mean, yeah. What do they bring in the lunch? What do you get?
All right, so you get 2 paper bags. One's got breakfast and one has lunch. You get a juice.
Okay,
and you
nice.
get 2 milks.
2 milks.
Yeah.
Wow. What's for breakfast and lunch?
It's mixed up. Sometimes you get cereal. Today was Friday and we got waffles.
Ooh, waffles.
Oh yeah.
I want to get some waffles. Actually, I'm gonna have to buy some waffles. It's like today, like after this podcast, I could, like, back then I could have just gone to Walmart and get some waffles. Now it's like, shit, everything is closed.
Right. Well,
like,
maybe they'll let you
waffles.
go up there. If you go up there and say, I've got a kid in the back, you might be able to snag one.
Hey, I got a kid. Pull up with a Chucky doll. And what's for lunch?
Usually it'll be like a ham and cheese sandwich with some applesauce or some carrots.
I mean,
Well
simple,
balanced.
but
Well balanced.
it's yeah. I mean, you can't do pizza because you can't. You
It's
know,
gotta stay hot.
it's like yeah, it's like they have to balance to something where you could eat and not have it like crusty and stuff like that or
Mm-hmm.
moist and shit like that. So, I mean, that's a sandwich is the best they could do, and I mean, I think that's like in the safe side. If they give me a update if anything changes with the lunch because it's nice to have an insider. An insider. We're leaking the lunch. We're leaking the lunch today. Today we're having cereal with apple juice with coke, crack cocaine. No,
You
joking.
you walk in there, you give them the right gang sign, they'll slip in some weed.
Oh shit! You get a bag of a gram of weed, and
Yeah.
then they slide a donut. They slide a donut. So when you're high, you eat the donut. Well, that's good to know. I mean that's I think the balance is right, and I mean talking about balance or talking or at me just talking. I was listening to the other podcast, and well, when I'm, when the podcast, um, I export it, I get it on the editing software or software. I have to rerun or I have to listen to the whole podcast because I have to, you know, edit some parts. Now, one thing that I like about the podcast is that I keep it very raw, so I don't like to edit. But sometimes there are a couple words where I have to, block out, because of the language on YouTube and stuff like that, and the license rights or whatever. So I was listening to myself, and I was like, my English, and I think I mentioned it in the podcast, in the second episode, that I really need to hop on to Rosetta Stone, and I was actually thinking of downloading Rosetta Stone on the iPad because like my English is like shit, man. Like I can't I can't freaking say a sentence. I can't like
Like you're having trouble getting the
I'm
words.
having just getting words out and even making sense, like in a way. I think you understand me. Like
Do you speak Spanish a lot in your house?
I do speak Spanish a lot.
And
I'm
like
around a
around
bunch of
friends?
Mexicans. I mean, not around friends, but I mean, yeah, coworkers. But I usually use English. When I'm talking to myself because I talk to myself. Who person doesn't talk to themselves?
Oh! Question, real quick. So
Okay.
when you think in your head, is it Spanish or English?
It's mostly English. I'm telling you. So that's why I'm like, and I kind of like sometimes I don't even make sense. Like I can't stop and make sense. You understand? You
Yeah.
kind of understand? I don't even like sometimes I don't even think you understand me. Like honestly. I mean,
No, you're good.
but that's one thing that I want to practice more on in this quarantine. And one thing is I'm back to work. I've been working with my father, but I'm officially back to work in the other carpet cleaning. And shout out to them because today was my day off, but I was working with my father. At the same time, I'm getting paid. So if I don't show up today, I got paid with my father, and I got paid over there because of the whole quarantine thing and or pandemic. I still get paid no matter what. Um, so I'm moving on. I know I told you about my phone. a little bit, but to make it um, to make a better sense of it, my phone just stopped working. It would turn off, turn on, and it would go onto the Apple logo. It's the 11 Pro Max. It stopped working, and I took it to an Apple specialist. The guy told me that the software was okay, but that the hardware was something was wrong with the hardware. So what he did is he didn't want to open it because he's like, you got warranty on it and you have Apple Care. And then it turns out that I didn't have Apple Care. So I took it to Spectrum. Spectrum told me I didn't have Apple Care. Then I called because they don't do it in the store, in their store. They can't swap it out like in AT&T or something like that. They have support with Apple. So I had to talk to Apple. Apple told me I had to like pay $1,500 and get a new phone, but I didn't have that type of money. So I was like, I don't know what to do.
But that's like how long have you had it?
I haven't had it that much. I think I got it around January.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, the specialist told me that it was kind of weird because it's a new phone. He's never seen an iPhone with a problem like this. So it would turn on, reboot, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. It got stuck on the Apple logo. And I mean, Apple logo. I mean, he said that he's seen it in older models, but not in this particular model. Apple told me that I had to pay $1,500, so $1,500, and I didn't want to do that. I mean, it was too much money. I'm basically freaking paying for a new phone, and they're like, "No, we're just holding it," and I was like, "Yeah, sure, you're gonna hold it and then charge me for it." And then I called again because I just wanted to make sure the bank, maybe the bank was trying to hold that money or something like that. It's a big complicated thing. So I decided to call again. And then they're like, I don't know why these people wanted to charge you this much or hold this much when you have Apple Care. And I was like, really? Because the specialist told me I had Apple Care. And then the Spectrum person told me I didn't. And now you're telling me. And then the guy that I called from Apple a couple minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, he told me I didn't have Apple Care. But now you're saying I have Apple Care. She's like, yeah, I can see here you have Apple Care. And I was like, you sure about this? She's like, yeah, I'm not sure why they wanted to charge you this much or blah, blah, blah. And so she's like, the best thing I could do is charge you $100. So I did the $100, send me an empty box, had to send my phone, and they got it immediately. It was fast. And they're repairing it. I'm not sure. And one thing is, before I send it, they gave me instructions of how I would turn it off and restore it or something like that. But because I couldn't turn it on because of the Apple logo, I just took out the SIM. And turns out I had an iPhone 10, right, which was from Verizon. Verizon actually helps out Spectrum with their towers, and this Verizon phone it's locked because I stopped paying it, monthly paying it. I decided, I was just curious. I was like, maybe I could work it, and I put the Spectrum SIM card in to the Verizon phone, and voila. So guys, just a quick tip: if you have a Verizon phone and a Spectrum mobile SIM card, you can use your Verizon phone with the Spectrum SIM card. So I have a working phone, my 11 or 10 Pro Max or Max, whatever, and it works, and I have service, and I'm looking up the repair status, and services in progress, and I know I'm making a big conversation about this, but I just thought I'd give you a little background of what happened to mine. So that's why, Sam, I couldn't answer you because I didn't have a working phone. I felt stupid. Stupid. I know, and then I have freaking job, my work. And then, that the 24/7 thing that we recapped, Like, imagine getting phone calls and you don't know if you're gonna work. That's why I told them.
Yeah.
You call my stepdad so he could call me or let me know. But yeah, man, it's a huge freaking deal. I mean, I need a phone not because I want to be on social media, but because of my job. Like, it's important, man.
You just need it for everything.
Yeah, I need it for everything. So we're at 55
Yeah.
minutes.
So what else
to
you
be
got?
honest, some of it is going to be cut down because of the editing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We can go a little over.
Yeah, a little bit over. So let's do the. I'm just gonna straight up go on to it. I don't want to stop. I don't want to. Let's go into details on today's sponsorship, man.
Oh,
today's sponsorship. Oh my God, the best thing ever. Sponsorship.
Hey.
Our first sponsorship, bro.
Heck yeah.
Our first sponsorship, and it's the first sponsorship. You're on this first sponsorship, man. Like, it's crazy. I never thought I could be sponsored.
Big money.
Big money, man.
It's a dream job.
So, yeah.
Living the dream.
Getting paid to do a podcast. Getting paid for talking, man. Just talking. God. All right, guys. So, today's sponsor. Do you know today's sponsor,
man,
Sam?
What is today's sponsor? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay, today's sponsor is Anchor. If you haven't heard, which it seems like you haven't, so it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Now, it very much is.
How easy?
How easy? Let me tell you how easy, man, it is. And not to mention that it's free. It's free, man. Can you believe that?
How much is that?
It's zero. What was the expression? This was like I forgot the expression. It was like free 99.
Free
99, man. But let me go ahead and summarize a little bit. Me and Sam, when we started to do the second episode of the podcast, of a random podcast, the way I was doing my podcast was not the right way, and we failed. The first time we failed, and we did not get any recording. We did not get anything done, and we tried the next day. Now, that same day, I felt really bad that I could not get anything done, so I went onto the App Store and started looking on YouTube, any apps or anything that could help us record. Now, guys, Anchor has been a miracle. What it does for you is, well, let me get into Anchor sponsorship mode. So, if you haven't heard, like I said again, Anchor is a free app that helps you with your podcasting, so you can make it so much easier to make a podcast. You can record, you can edit. It has a very, very intuitive tool editing software built into the app. And not to mention, just like me and Sam are doing right now, you could record with a friend, not just 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, even probably 6 people. I haven't tried out. Maybe in the future we'll do that. The creation, like I said, is very intuitive, and it helps me do anything. Now, Anchor also distributes your podcast to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many more platforms. It's easy. They do it for you, and all for what, Sam?
Free 99.
99. You can make money from this podcast. You can make, well, not from my podcast, from your own podcast. If you create a podcast for free, you can make money for free. So what basically happens is you make your podcast, and you don't need no listenership. And what that means is you don't need anybody to listen to your podcast, so you can make money. It's automatically just from sponsorships and You could do it by yourself, man.
So, what are you waiting for? Go.
What are you waiting
Go
for? Exactly,
live
Sam.
your dream.
What are you guys waiting for? And everything you need to do a podcast is on this this app. Anchor, like I said, has helped me and Sam create things like this. Beautiful podcast, beautiful recording. Right now, me and Sam are doing this on the Anchor app, man. And like I said, if you haven't heard of Anchor, go ahead, download it. Free Anchor app. Go to anchor.fm to get started. Download the app, like I said, or go to anchor.fm to get started. Guys, the sponsorship we took a long time for the sponsorship, but this sponsorship is gonna help the podcast. And I mean, what better way to do it with Anchor? I mean, thank you, Anchor. I hope you're listening. Now, back to the podcast, because sponsorships are not the only thing we care about in this place.
Quality content.
I will be quality content, exactly. I will be talking about one of the most beloved. Is it a franchise? Can I call it a franchise, or is it? I'll call it a franchise.
A lifestyle.
The most beloved. Huh?
A lifestyle.
A lifestyle. We'll call it that. If you know what I'm talking about, Sam, do you know what I'm talking about? You probably don't. But I am talking about none other than Star Wars. Star Wars, man. Like, you said in the other podcast that you have Lego sets of Star Wars?
I recently gave them away. Half of them.
God.
To my brother. But I'm still a fan.
You're still a fan. That's good, man. Like I mentioned in my first podcast, or my first episode in a random podcast, Joaquin, again, shout out to my friend Joaquin. He was the guy that got me into Star Wars, he was my guide to Star Wars, and I love Star Wars now. I think it's a huge part in my life, and I love it, man. I love it and enjoy watching Star Wars. Now, one thing, who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite character?
I mean, Chewbacca's been there from the beginning. He's big, okay. He's hairy, and he makes a noise. He makes a sound.
He makes a noise. He makes a noise. Wow, Chewbacca. I've never really met anybody that liked or favorite character is Chewbacca.
Really?
That's
because when you're walking through the kitchen, sometimes you can just go and just out of nowhere.
God, that beautiful noise, man. Wow, man. Yes, you can do that, but you could also do the breathing noise of Darth Vader, man.
Oh.
Like, oh my God, Darth Vader, man. It's Darth Vader.
Can anyone do it? Or
man,
are you like pretty good at it?
I don't think I can't do it, but
but he makes a noise.
Try to do he just makes a noise. What I do try to do is I try to go, I am your father.
Oh.
I am your father, young Skywalker.
Nice.
And then I was gonna fool you for a bit and do this right here.
Oh,
it's a soundboard.
Nice.
It's a soundboard. I was gonna, but then the music would give it away.
Right.
I
almost
join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Holy crap, that is menacing, bro.
I went for my lightsaber.
Oh, I was
ready to go.
Do you have a lightsaber, bro?
No.
Bro.
I have a bat. You have a bat?
Hey, man. I want to grab a lightsaber so bad. I want to have a lightsaber so bad. I want to buy a lightsaber.
I need a real
I want
one.
to construct. Yeah, no, I want to construct my own at Sabby's workshop. Have you heard about that one?
No.
Sabby's workshop.
Do they make
It's
actual ones?
basically, yeah. So it's basically in California. It's in Disney. So what you do is, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it. It's Galaxy's Edge, and you should research this. Galaxy's Edge, and it's Disneyland or Disney World, and it's this big world of Star Wars, and they're very role played. So you walk in or you ask a staff member, and because they're very they're in the role of whatever character, trooper, whatever. I heard if you ask them, well, let me give you more of background. They have the Galaxy's Edge, the world. Then there's like this place called Savvy's Workshop, and you basically what you do is you pay like $200, and you get to choose which type of lightsaber you want. So what you do is you choose the lightsaber. They have a bunch of parts. You choose the parts you want. Then they give you this medal, depending on which part you chose and what kind of like brand you chose. So if you like got the dark side, you get a dark side kind of medal, and you put it onto your thing. So when you go into the room, there's a bunch of people. When they look at your badge, they know which one you are. So then they hand you your stuff that you chose. It's very, very like, it's a very smart way to do it. And even though you can choose the dark side, but it's like because of the role playing whatever, they kind of like surpass the dark side. So it's like whatever, the dark side doesn't really matter because of the whole building the lightsaber.
Yeah,
the point is
yeah.
you have to build the lightsaber, right? So what they do is they give you these parts and this like base, right? This tubing base, like that's very like plasticish, and then the parts are very like metalish. So they're like metal, like very, very constructed, real pieces of that lightsaber.
I mean, for 200,
and they
it better
give
be.
you. No, yeah, it's very high quality. You should look it up. You construct it, then they ask you what kind of kyber crystal you want, and it's actually a real. I mean, not a real, but it's a kyber crystal, and you put it inside the tubing, and then you start putting it all together. You put in the switch. It's a very, very like smart way that Disney did it, because if you don't have that kyber crystal in there, you can't turn on the switch and it won't turn on your lightsaber. So it's like they'll give you one for free. I mean, not for free, but they'll give it to you there. And then they'll give you have to put it in this like machine. You have to watch it, man.
I just
really
want to be clear
it.
real quick. They're not selling me a weapon, right? It's all fake.
I mean, it's right.
Right.
It's a lightsaber. I mean, it's a very, very if you want to use it as a weapon, you could do it.
It might not cut through cars, but you could like hit someone with it.
Yeah, but you can bang somebody in the head and they'll be down. It's very, very genuine, and it's very high quality. But when you walk in, they're very. So you walk into Galaxy's Edge, and if you ask a staff, and you're like, "Hey, where do you guys sell lightsabers, or where do you guys make your lightsabers?" The guy will tell you, "We do not sell lightsabers. We do not make lightsabers," because they're in this like huge role. Or if you ask them,
it's
do you guys?
shady.
Yeah, so it's like very role played.
Oh.
It's like very role played. So if you ask them, do you guys make lightsabers here? He will nod to you, yes, but he will be saying no to you in words. So it's like, no, we do not make lightsabers. So and he's nodding to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like they're very role played into it, and you don't call it. You don't say that. You approach them by saying, do you guys sell scrap metal? So it's a very role played thing. So if you ask them, hey, do you guys sell scrap metal? He will say, yes, we do sell scrap metal. It's behind over there. And they'll show you. And it's like, because of the stormtroopers and the Empire have blocked for other Jedis to make lightsabers, they called it scrap metal. So when you walk into the little place, it's not actually scrap metal. It's actually, it's basically like they gathered a bunch of parts to make lightsaber. It's like, it's like the keepers, the finders, it's a very smart way that they did, and it's very role played, and I like that they're doing that. I mean, it's very, very nice the way they thought about everything, and you should look it up, man. You should really look it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I think I want to make a lightsaber. I want to make a lightsaber. $200, and it's high quality shit. I'll do anything. And the good thing is, when you buy the kyber crystal, you can choose for any color: orange, red, blue, green. There isn't no white or black. Sometimes there will be black kyber crystals, which are not black, but they're red, and they're very rare to find. So they'll put them out in the shelves, but they're very rare. They'll only put like 5 a day. So, or 1 a day. I don't know. But it's very, very intuitive, man. It's like,
they get into it.
I just want to go.
Yeah.
Man, me and my friend want to go, but I am going to purchase a Darth Vader lightsaber.
Heck yeah.
But, I mean, dude, yes, my favorite character is Darth Vader / Anakin because it's your destiny.
Destiny.
It is your destiny. So you said your favorite is Chewbacca?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I wonder if they have
Dude.
a build-your-own crossbow.
Man, they probably don't, bro.
I could probably find something on
only-
eBay or something.
You probably can. They don't want to. They don't, man. They don't think about freaking Ewoks or Chewbacca. They don't think about other characters. They only care about freaking Jedi. That's their freaking main.
It's all
goal,
one-sided.
man.
It's just like politics.
Yeah, one-sided. Exactly. What they do have is also R2-D2 units, or you can create your own BB-8 or R2-D2. They're not as big as the movies, but they're like miniature size, and they're very cute. And you could actually activate them to the point where, and they have like, you could build pieces to the R2-D2 unit, which you should look up as well. And they have their own personality. So if you wanted to be like this, like very darkish personality type of robot, then you could do that. And another thing is they have this chip inside them where if you pair them up with another R2-D2 unit or whatever robot, they actually talk to each other. So it's like very freaking smart technology type of stuff. You feel me?
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy what they did, and props to Disney, man. I mean, that's the smartest thing they could do. But it's like $150 for the R2-D2.
We're not
units.
getting sponsored, but like we should.
We should, yes, exactly. Guys, Disney, if you're listening to this, we should get sponsored. I don't want bullshit.
Give us a lightsaber. Give us a free trip to make a lightsaber.
You know what? Yeah, do that. Do that, and we'll sponsorship. We'll do a sponsorship. We want an R2-D2 unit, and then I want a lightsaber.
And throw in a crossbow.
And throw in a crossbow if you can find one. Matter of fact, throw in the Chewbacca costume, and we have a deal. And we'll have a deal. Disney, if you're listening to this, which you probably are not, but everybody who's listening, you should tag Disney in this. Hashtag Disney. Hashtag Star Wars. Hashtag I want a lightsaber.
Right.
Hashtag R2D2 units. Hashtag Chewbacca. Hashtag Darth Vader. Hashtag I want a crossbow. Hashtag I also want Chewbacca's costume.
Right.
Hashtag all of that. If anybody, there's probably like a fan or somebody that would do it. We don't have much time. I mean, we do, but I think we've been going for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close. Do you want to say anything else before we leave, or I'm probably just gonna keep on going a little bit with Star Wars.
Okay.
Do you want to say anything else?
That was for Disney.
That was for Disney. We didn't have much time to talk about Star Wars, but we'll probably do it next week. Maybe just do a little recap. But Sam, real quick question: did you watch all 9 films?
I did.
You did. Did you watch Revenge of the Sith?
It's been a while, but yes, I have seen them.
You did watch Revenge of the Sith. Okay. Did you like Revenge of the Sith? If you remember anything?
What happened in that one?
That's when Anakin / Darth Vader turns into Darth Vader.
Oh, and the lava scene.
In the lava
Man,
scene. Yes,
that
sir.
was intense. Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to like them.
I mean, a lot of people gave it crap a long ass time ago.
Oh.
But do you like it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear to God, if you would have said no, I would have flipped. I would have flipped cheese right now. No, I love, bro. Like, I have a huge crush. When I realized that Padme was Natalie Portman, I was like, God, like, I wish I was like younger and knew about Star Wars. Like, oh my God, like, and then watching Princess Leia, bro, like. And did you watch them in order, or was it? Well, you probably did.
We had VHS tapes of them. Oh,
you did. But so you watched the originals then, and then you watched the prequels.
Yeah, the new ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about episode 1 and 2 and 3. So episode 1, 2, and 3 is Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace, and then which one is the other one?
I cannot believe. Long.
So the Phantom Menace, the prequel. I'm gonna quickly. So you watched. So you're talking about. Why can't I get the freaking... So you watched episode 1, which was The Phantom Menace, and then 2, Attack of the Clone Wars, and then Revenge of the Sith later. Was that the way you watched it? So did you watch the originals, which was The New Hope, which were the older versions, right? Which was like in 19-something. Or did you watch... the newer ones where it was like 2000, and so which way did you watch them? Did you watch the old ones or the newer ones first?
I don't.
If you remember,
I don't know. I just know they were VHS tapes, so probably the oldest.
You probably did, because because we're in 2020 and I started watching it in 2020. I started watching it from the very first episode, which was the newer ones, and then I went from up down. I didn't went from down to up. You understand?
Yeah.
So like when the originals came out, everybody knew about Darth Vader, and then nobody knew really about Anakin, and then the prequels came in, and that was later on in the year or in years, that's when the newer ones came out. That's when everybody was like, "Oh, we know who Anakin is and Padme and who the whatever." I'm not gonna talk about it anymore.
We could
It's
go
like
on.
I feel
forever.
like you don't. I could go on forever. I could go on forever. But it seems like you watched the originals, and I didn't. I watched it from the prequels, then the originals, which was episode 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6, which that's the order it should be. But because the originals came out first, people watched 4, 5, and 6, which was the way you watched it, and then you watched the prequels, which was 1, 2, and 6, or 1, 2, and 3. So the way you're supposed to watch it, if you're gonna enter any Star Wars territory, guys, is 1, 2, and 3, and I'm not gonna even talk about it anymore. You look it up, why the originals came out first and the prequels. But I think we're out, man.
Heck yeah.
We're out. Do you wanna mention anything else? Because we're probably gonna talk about Marvel. And are you happy? Are you happy that this podcast? I mean, it wasn't. I think our last episode was a little bit better than this one. I think we didn't really have much of topics, but like I said, it was a random podcast. And were you happy with this podcast?
Yeah, it was fun.
It was. We talked about movies, and we talked about a little bit of Star Wars. We talked about death, and we talked about Snapchat. And nothing happened with the Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
Fuck. Thought we were gonna be famous by then, but I guess not. I guess not. Guys, I know maybe this episode was boring for you guys, but I think I enjoyed it. I think keeping up and talking, and talking about school and lunch. School and lunch, perfect words to describe this podcast. No, and to have our first ever, what can I call it? Our first ever podcast, or I mean, our first ever sponsorship. That was amazing, and it's our first steps. And I mean, I think we didn't talk about it talk much, and I think the reason why this kind of felt kind of boring is because, well, it was nice talking to you, Sam, but I think the reason why I didn't have more to talk to or talk about, or if I'm making any sense, because I'm a little bit tired. Are you tired, Sam? I am tired as well. I've been working all day. But I'm not going to make this any longer. I think we've gone. Dude, we went so much more than last episode. 82 minutes, guys. That's a breaking deal. I know Sam wants to leave already.
Big day tomorrow.
Sam. Yes, Sam. Yeah. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for bringing a new movie into my life. I'm going to definitely watch that movie that you recommended. Thank you for being part of this podcast, and hopefully maybe in the future you'll be coming back. I understand where you're coming from. And thank you, listener, for listening to another random podcast, because anything can go here. Anything goes. It's like a DQ match. Anything goes. Anywhere count anywhere match. It's crazy. And next week I'll probably be by myself, talking about, I don't know, random stuff. And for you guys that are wondering how my schedule is going to go with these podcasts, when I will be releasing and when I will not, it's a random thing. So hence the name of random podcast. This episode could be probably next week. You never know. But if you're listening to this by maybe Sunday, then I'm right on schedule. If not, we're kind of behind. Like I said, guys, thank you very much. And Sam, because this is the last episode you're probably doing, what song should I end with? What song should I put at the end? Which I usually try to do, always.
Man, I'm so tired. I can't even think.
I understand, man.
Gangnam
We'll just-
Style.
Gangnam Style.
Heck yeah.
Really? Let's retrend the Gangnam Style, man. Guys, like I said, thank you very much, Sam. Like I said as well, thank you very much for being a part of this podcast and knowing that I'm not alone and that I have supporters like you. And maybe, you'll be back someday. And thank you, like I said, thank you very much for doing this with me. Not a lot of people do this and, support this type of stuff. And like I said, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your gesture, what you do. And even though, you're tired, you're still with me. Trying to cut this short, man.
You're good.
Guys, see you in the next episode. And for me, to you, to Sam, bye. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are, wherever you're listening. Sam, do you want to say bye?
Peace out. Keep being
Peace out.
random and all that good stuff. Shout out to Anchor.
All right. Anchor, yeah. Shout out to Anchor. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day.
오빤 강남스타일 강남스타일 오빤 강남스타일